good road trip, especially one filled with quirky stops, retro vibes, and of course, those delicious, unforgettable eats. It's the Great American Retro Road Trip, a brand new book that celebrates the nostalgic side of travel. And yes, Idaho does get a few mentions. We have author Rolando Pujol joining us all the way from New York City to share some of his favorite gem state stops and the stories behind them. Rolando, thank you for joining us. So good to see you.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Yes, okay. What a fun book. I love this, and such a great time of year, too, to have it, at our disposal. I want to ask you, though, first, what sparked the idea for this book, and what made you actually want to celebrate retro America through kind of this road trip lens? Where'd this inspiration come from?
Well, I have been covering this beat, if you will, informally on social media for years, predominantly on Instagram. And over the years, my audience there grew to the point where we had over 90,000 followers and a very vigorous, vibrant community built around this. Much to my surprise and delight, I had a publisher reach out to me and say, would you be interested in putting all of this together in a book? And I basically said, I've been waiting for this call my entire life. Of course, I'd love to put a book together. And I thought that was a great idea because it gives you a very concrete way of sort of getting a quick sweep of the country and roadside Americana in particular, because I think these places are so distinctly American and they are sadly endangered.
Yeah, yes, they are. I mean, anything from the incredible vintage signage that we see, just kind of that nice nostalgic mom and pop feel. There seems to be a more of a human personal connection with some of the things that we discover in this book, which leads me to the Idaho parts, right, that you feature. There's actually quite a bit of Idaho, which I was super excited to see. The Potato Hotel, which we obviously love here in the Great Potato State, to Fancy Freeze. What really stood out to you about state's roadside culture, our state in particular?
So many things. I mean, it's one of those states where the nature, the gifts of nature are so beautiful that you really don't need any of this other stuff. You've got that, but the fact that you have so many interesting sites makes it all the more striking. And I got to say, the Big Potato Motel, that little gem, set as it is in the field, the mountains off in the distance, the open sky, it's beautiful. I'm seeing the Viking drive-in right there. Love is in the milkshake, and that's really what is so, and that is really what's so special about a lot of these places. The love, you can feel the humans that are behind it, the families, the generations. I mean, most of these businesses are not places that necessarily make a huge profit, but they do. They operate for other reasons. They're kept around for other reasons, and so I feel we almost have an obligation to go and stop there and support them. I mean, a great example is in your home state, the Hungry Onion,
yes.
Which I got a chance to visit, of course, and that was famously in the movie, with Clint Eastwood back in 1980. You can get a burger there named after it. But here's the thing, they went out of business, and that was absolutely heartbreaking. And I had gone there when they were still around, and then not long after, I got the news that they were no more. And that, to me, was a reminder of why it's important to celebrate these places and treasure them while you have them. And I included it in the book, even though it was gone, because I wanted people to see just how beautiful and interesting it was, and get a little taste of that history. And hopefully maybe somebody picks up that book and says, hey, I can move out there and reopen this place.
Yeah, exactly, right? Because like you'd mentioned, it's a bit of Americana. It's a part of our past and our history, but still kind of gives us some of those roots, if you will, if I'm going to play off the words here, Hungry Onion and also the Spud Drive-In, right? They both kind of had a little bit of their root there, if you will.
They're rooted in the earth, yes.
That's right, they're rooted in the earth. We also shared a photo, too, of one of the only standing McDonald's with a single arch. For those who don't know, there was a time when McDonald's was not two arches, it was one golden arch, and that's actually in Lewiston, Idaho. So that's something I didn't even know about. Born and raised here my entire life and had no clue.
Yeah, absolutely. They so basically back in the late 90s and the early 2000s, McDonald's was creating these McDonald's classic locations that were meant to mimic the way that the restaurants looked back in the 1950s and 60s, with the big giant single arch sign. And what's special about the one in Lewiston is that the way that it's designed and the position of Speedy, the little hamburger man chef, that was the original mascot before Ronald McDonald and Grimace and the gang came along, that mirrors mirrors the iconic McDonald's that is located in California in Downey, the third the oldest operating McDonald's and the third to open in the chain, opened in 1953. And so that sign in Lewiston pays tribute to that original sign from the 50s that you can still see on a road trip through Southern California.
I love it. And I know we're talking all Idaho here, but like you mentioned, the book covers nostalgia all over our great state. What a wonderful inspiration to have a classic old school road trip and to stop at these great locations. Where can people get your book, The Great American Retro Road Trip?
Well, in the spirit of mom and pops, you can always get it at a bookstore, at a mom and pop bookstore. And if it's not in stock, you can order it, and they'll gladly get it for you. Amazon, of course, is always available and very efficient. And then you can just keep up with my adventures on social media. Just Google Retrologist or my name, and you'll find me all over the place.
Wonderful. Rolando, thank you. Thank you so much. Love this book.
Thank you. I really appreciate the time.
All right. You take care, and everyone stick around. More to come.